Welcome to my creative space. Today I want to talk a little bit about buying a used knitting machine off of eBay or even Marketplace. Now, with Marketplace, you might get lucky and find one local, so it might be a lot easier because you can go and try out the knitting machine yourself. On eBay, a lot of times they've got to be shipped, so it can be pretty scary to buy a knitting machine from eBay, especially if this is your first knitting machine. I usually really recommend people buy a new knitting machine if it's your very first one, but I understand that's not always in the budget. However, if you keep a watch on eBay, sometimes you can get lucky and find an older knitting machine that's like brand new in the box. Somebody got it and they just never took it out. That was the case with my first LK100. It was brand new in the box, and it had just never been taken out. It had been under this guy's grandma's bed collecting dust for decades. So essentially it was brand new. And not a lot goes wrong with the LK100s or the 150s, so they're a little bit safer to buy. The metal bed used machines that I have bought have been a definite miss. Recently, I bought a few more LK100s and a couple of other LK150s because I got some plans for them. I've bought a lot of knitting machines on eBay. Metal machines, like I said, have all been a miss. And one in particular, I could have really lost my booty on because it was very expensive. But luckily, it was a local lady. She was in the same knitting machine club that I had joined, and she did give me my money back. I have a feeling that if that had not been the case, I would have been out $900. So that would have sucked. But with these guys, I got this one. This is an incomplete knitting machine. It's very filthy, very dirty. That's okay, it cleans up. And before you buy a used knitting machine, I highly recommend you watch my knitting machine maintenance video. I will link it right up here. And I highly recommend you have all those things on hand, because if you're buying a used knitting machine, you are going to need to clean it more than likely. Most of these knitting machines are being sold by people who know nothing about knitting machines. So I've got a few questions you can ask people that will help you make a better decision, hopefully, about buying a knitting machine. For one thing, I always look at the ratings. I look at the ratings on the seller. If it's below 90%, I don't buy from that seller. Never. Another important thing to take note of is when you're buying one of these used knitting machines, I don't care if it's metal, I don't care if it's plastic, make sure they're going to package it properly. And I'm talking, if it is not in its original styrofoam case, you want to make sure that they understand how to package it. Recently, I bought a knitting machine, and I had went over with them, okay, how are you going to package it? And they told me that big long box, they were wrapping everything in bubble wrap, and that all sounded fine and good. But guess what? They didn't wrap the carriage. Specify, please wrap the carriage. Wrap it in bubble wrap, wrap it again, and then wrap it in newspaper. Because what happened was this little lever here broke. So, because they wrapped the bed really well, but then they just threw this in the box. So that little lever broke. It does not affect the knitting machine whatsoever. It still knits. It's just this little tiny piece. I have the piece, and I think I can fix it. But even if I can't fix it, it still works. It's still a functioning carriage. It's just irritating that they didn't package it properly. So even when they tell you how they're going to package it and wrap it in bubble wrap and all this other stuff, specify, wrap the carriage separately in bubble wrap several times and newspaper to avoid any breakage of these little plastic levers. Another thing you can ask them is about needle rust. Okay, now thankfully with the LK150, you can buy new needles for it because it's still being made, so that's no problem. even the LK100, most of the parts are still being made. So if I'm buying a knitting machine and it's missing transfer tools or a needle or two, I don't really worry about that because I know I can replace it. But something I do always ask people is about needle rust, because when the sponge bar like disintegrates because somebody didn't use the machine and so it just kind of melts and gets gross and turns to dust, it will rust the needles. So I always ask them, are the needles rusted? And a lot of them don't even know that. So sometimes they'll give you a discount if the needles are rusted, which you can then replace. Now you can knock most of the rust off with a fingernail file and then wipe it down with a little bit of oil. And if you don't feel any like rough spots on it, it's perfectly fine. You can use this needle. I've done that plenty of times. Now for needles also, I want to say really quick that the needles labeled for the LK150 are also labeled to fit the LK100, which they do fit, but the actual latch hook is a little bit smaller. So you might lose a little bit of your capacity to be able to do really bulky yarns if you don't have the original needles for the LK100. Just something I've noticed. But yes, you can use them. But yeah, that was one of the things I noticed. It's just slightly off. Still works, but it's just slightly off. Definitely, if you cannot blow up the pictures and see that there are no cracks or breaks in every section of this knitting machine, you want to ask for pictures for every section of the knitting machine. For the front, for the back, you want to see it all. You want to make sure there's no cracks. Ask if there's any cracks and then double check with the pictures. I have quite a few of these machines and I've never had a bed cracked, but it's still something I'll look at. The plastic ends on the metal beds tend to crack. Obviously there are more expensive bed, it costs a lot more to make, but for some reason the ends of them, they crack really bad. I've not had any problem with this, but I always check that because of the experience with the metal bed machines. You want to go over rust with your needles, you want to go over cracks in the needle bed, and you want to talk to the seller about packaging. Also, you want to take a good look at that carriage, front side and the back, and make sure there's no pieces already broken. So make sure you ask about that. So if I've went over all that and the seller has a really good rating, I usually go for it. And something else that's good to do, even though all these can be replaced, you know, it is kind of good to look at what the cost of replacing them is. In case the knitting machine is missing tools, you'll know how much you can spend for that knitting machine because you're going to have to buy extra stuff. So you can definitely look at that, you know, because you're going to want transfer tools, you're going to want your latch tool. Of course, you're going to need the clamps, the roll counters. You're going to need some weights. You're going to need your tension rod. There's a lot. So you want to like have that list of things that come with the specific machine you're looking at, which is really easy to look at the manual for any machine on the internet. With that knitting machine manuals, you can look at them for free. So you can look and see what is supposed to come with this machine. So that way you can make note of what all's included and what you're gonna have to buy. And then you can figure out, okay, is this machine worth the price by the time I add on this other stuff? Just some considerations, some things to think about, things to ask to ensure that you have a good experience with buying a used knitting machine. Because believe me, I know how it is when you've spent money on something and it's crap or it's tore up beyond repair, or it's going to cost you more to fix it than it was just to buy a new one. I hope you find this video helpful. Sign up for my newsletter, Makers Monthly. That'll be in the description below. And be sure to look forward to future tutorials, new patterns. I have so many designs in the work that I'm really excited about. and just tips in general about fiber, about yarn, about knitting machines, all that fun stuff that gets the creative juices flowing. Hope you're doing something creative today. Y'all have a good one.